Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Police procedurals are among the most popular of crime novels, and it's not hard to see why. For one thing, police protagonists make believable sleuths. They have the force of law, they can ask questions, and so on. For another thing, a lot of civilians don't know a lot about what police do and how they do it. So it's an interesting topic in and of itself. Let's look at a police procedural today and turn the spotlight on John O'Donovan's The Deadly Steps. As the story begins, John Cale is a court-based horse trainer. During a trip to Northern Ireland, he is badly injured in a riding accident. As he recovers, he has some decisions to make about what his future will be. A friend suggests he consider joining the RUC, the Royal Ulster Constabulary. And at first, Cale demurs. He is, after all, both Catholic and from the Republic, neither of which is likely to be popular. But he's finally persuaded, and he and his wife Jules move north. Cale does well at the job and begins to get some notice. Then he gets an opportunity to return to Cork to head up the Garda's anti-crime unit in that city. He and Jules have settled in Belfast, but they decide to go back to Cork. For the next several years, Cale continues to have a strong police career and has a very good reputation. He eventually ends up running the Serious Crimes Unit in Cork. That's his position when, late one night, Erin McGill is brutally beaten while on her way home from work, walking from the bus stop to her home. A day and a half later, she dies without regaining consciousness. After finding out who the victim was, the police used CCTV and other technology to find out what happened. At first, there are no images that are clear enough to identify her assailants, but it's soon clear that it's an opportunistic murder and likely not a personal one. It's worth noting here that the reader knows who the killers are right from the start. The story follows the police as they get clues, talk to witnesses and other people of interest, and slowly get a picture of who the victim was and who the three men are who attacked her. Once the police establish who the killers are, they work to find the sort of incontrovertible evidence that will pass muster in court. It's not an easy task, and it takes a few months. But in the end, the police find out the truth. So, what are the elements in this novel? What keeps it going? This is, as I said, a police procedural, so there's a lot of attention to detail as the police plan strategies, work with those involved in the case, and deal with things like getting warrants, working with forensics experts, and so on. As the story goes on, we learn how the Garda works, how the police officers do their jobs in Ireland, and a bit about police rights and the limitations in that country. The story is told from a few points of view, mostly John Cale's, but others as well. He is happily married, although he and Jules argue like other couples do. He is highly skilled at interviewing, and he's learned to be an effective team leader who has earned the respect of his members. He's not perfect, and he and the team do get it wrong in a couple of places, but it's a dedicated group of people with none of the backstabbing and spite that are in some police procedurals. The story's main plot is the murder of Erin McGill. But Cahill, of course, faces other cases, and some of these are also detailed. You might even say this is as much an exploration of Cahill's career as it is the story of the one murder. And there are a few cases that come up while the team is investigating the McGill case. In that sense, it's a realistic look at police work. The story is not a light, feel-good story. Lives are taken, and that profoundly affects the victims' families, the culprits, and the cops themselves. It has real impact. There's some real violence, too, although it's not gratuitous or overly drawn out. The ending answers the question, so to speak, but it's not at all a happily ever after sort of ending. It's more a sense of relief that the big case has been solved. The Deadly Steps is the story of one police detective's career and of one particularly complex case that he faces. It features a close look at police work in Ireland, a brutal murder that impacts everyone involved, and a police detective who won't give up easily. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.